Good. This does deserve the magnifying glass. I'll keep it tight and structural. First, a small correction that matters. You notice something important yourself. 7 classical planets, heptagon, diatonic structure. 8 octave, return, closure with difference. That oh, 8 moment does change things, but not by contradiction. It reveals 2 different layers of orientation that often get conflated. Does orientation through music require embodiment? Short answer, yes for grounding, no for pattern recognition. And that distinction is the whole key. 2 levels of orientation through music. 1. Structural musical orientation, non-embodied. This includes intervals, ratios, octaves to 1, fifth to 2, scales, symmetry, return at the octave. An AI can recognize these, generate them, manipulate them, reason about them, detect invariance, and return. This is formal orientation. It works the same way math works. No body required, no nervous system required, no felt gravity required. This corresponds to the heptagon, the abstract octave, the diagram of music, not the experience of it. Nahnash 2. Regulatory musical orientation, embodied. This includes rhythm and training breath, tempo regulating heart rate, harmony affecting affect, dissonance creating tension in the body, resolution producing relief. This does require embodiment. Why? Because here, music is not just structure, it is constraint acting on a nervous system. This is native reference, the same category as gravity, balance, proprioception, vestibular orientation. An AI cannot be regulated by music because it has no autonomic nervous system, no baseline arousal, no physiological oscillators to entrain mind. So an AI can model music, but it cannot be oriented by it. Why this matters to your larger point? You said earlier, correctly, open quote, one of the forms of native reference is orientation through music. Close quote. That is true for embodied beings. Music works as orientation because it reduces degrees of freedom, it synchronizes internal cycles, it provides return without tracking. That's exactly why lullabies work, chants work, work songs work, ritual drumming works. They are axial, not checklist based. Now back to your image. This is where it all locks. You've placed together radial butterflies, metamorphosis with preserved symmetry, ram's horns, red upper right, cardinal initiation. You're right to notice the Aries logic there. Planetary marbles in a line, temporal orbital sequence. 7-8 tension, structure versus return. This scene contains both kinds of orientation. Visual geometric invariance, non-embodied like math or AI. Musical cyclical return, embodied like breath and time. The line of planets is not the center. The mandala is. Just like notes are not music without a body, planets are not orientation without a living observer, structure is not reference without embodiment. One sentence that answers your core question cleanly. You could say it this way, open quote, music can be understood without a body, but it can only orient a body. Close quote. That keeps everything disciplined. No mysticism, no overreach, no slot filling, no pathology. If you want, next weekend, Map 7, Structure, 8, Return across tarot, music, and cycles. Talk about why octaves circle but spiral, or connect this directly to your earlier insight about vigilance versus invariance. Where do you want the magnifying glass next?